replaced by Void when they made that pickup. Bishu's a mainstay here on the team. Mr. X, let's talk about the head-to-head matchups here. What individual battle are you most excited to see?
For me, it's going to be Surefour going against Mistakes. I think it's really going to be a test for Mistakes if he can play up to the level that Surefour's been playing at on Widowmaker. I think if Boston, comes out on the losing end of this matchup, they could very well lose the series, right? The Gladiators have a great backline with Chaz and Big Goose. The tanks, like Monty mentioned, were very strong. You're gonna need Mistakes have a big series here against Surefour, and he's been up and down on the Widowmaker throughout Stage 3 thus far. I mean, you can take a look at some of the stats here. I mean, Surefour dominates him in all categories.
Yeah, I think Mistakes has actually not been great on the Widowmaker, and that's not the primary driver behind Boston's success. It's Striker. But Asher also has been stepping up a lot recently. His harassment of support lines, his pulse bomb accuracy has been really, really good. So for me, it's how do they deal with Striker? Because if Striker can be dealt with, then Surefour should dominate the Widow matchup.
Well, if you look at the numbers, Widow has the second highest pick rate for DPS heroes behind Tracer, some key heroes for both teams. But let's talk about the supports here, Doa. In this one, who's got the better Mercy?
Well, the people would be expecting me to talk about the Zens, right? But let's actually talk about the Mercies this time around. It's kind of interesting stuff with these two teams. Let's look at the stats. You got Big Goose versus Kelix, of course. Now, Big Goose, he's actually 21st out of 23rd in healing done in the league. And we talk about how good this guy is. And he's definitely a playmaker, especially on the Lucio. But in terms of the Mercy, he's playing it very, very cautiously. He doesn't have as many deaths per 10 minutes as Kelix does. Kelix pretty low on that one, 15th in the league for deaths on a Mercy player. But Big Goose, with all that safety comes not a lot of healing, a lot for Shaz to kind of keep up on. But then again, if you're Gladiators, you're probably killing everybody so fast.
That's what it tells me. The fights are either going in their way very fast or they're all dead super fast.
Yeah, Big Goose has a pistol out. We got to check those Mercy damage stats.
I also think, not to be overly harsh, but somebody has to be the worst player on these teams at the starting lineups. And I think that the worst player on both of these rosters is their Mercy player, unless Big Goose, of course, can transition over to that Lucio, which he can.
Commentary on Mercy mains?
Nope. It's
subtle read between the lines.
It's going to be a good match.
I think that's a big slam on Mercy mains for Monty. Yep.
All right. Well, 12 straight match wins, 8-0 and undefeated in Stage 3. The Boston Uprising haven't lost since March 9th. Yeah, March 9th. Now they sit in second place in the season standings, and as Gamsu and Striker tell us, it had nothing to do with luck.
Uprising, the hottest team in the league, without a doubt.
Your team is still undefeated this stage. What is giving those guys the edge?
A lot of luck, to be honest. I feel like we're playing pretty well and we're getting better, but at the end of the day, I think all the teams are getting closer, and a little bit of luck has helped.
그러니까 저희 감독님이 평소에는 되게 성격이 세고 막 자기주장 강력하거든요. 근데 왜 그런 부분에서 겸손하게 하시는지 잘 모르겠고.
그런 거 없이.
그냥 저희가 잘한 것 같아요.
But this is a squad, the true underdog story. They've come out from absolutely nowhere.
저희 이제 12연승 중인데 저희는 일단 피지컬도 피지컬적인데 워낙 팀업도 진짜 좋고 그리고 이제 케미가 잘 맞아서 상대팀이 좀 무서워하는 것 같아요.
Boston sets the Overwatch League record of most maps won at the start of a stage.
사실 이기면 이길수록 좀 걱정이 많아지긴 하는데 요즘엔 좀 마인드 자체를 바꾸고 팀원들한테도 저도 되니까 좀 편하게 하자.
They've always been grinding hard. They've always been hard working.
사실 저희가 갑자기 확 달라졌다기보다는 이런 무대 경험이 부족했던 게 제일 컸던 것 같아요. 그런 거를 차차 극복해 나가고 익숙해지니까 저희 팀 스스로가 대회에서까지 잘해낼 수 있지 않았나 싶습니다. 사실 경기 같은 거 골치 아플 정도로 잘 생각 안 하거든요. 그냥 간단하게 발리언트 때는 남주가 캐리하면 될 것 같고 글래디에이터는 제가 캐리하면 될 것 같아요.
It's looking likely that they may be able to really be the first team to be undefeated in a stage.
저희 다음 주에 LA 두 팀 다 잡고 이제 최초 스테이지 무패로 그것도 기록 갱신하고 싶고.
It's really wonderful to see all of that hard work coming to fruition now.
Bit by bit they scored and they've done it! Unbelievable!
만약 저희가 플레이지 그 타이틀 매치에 1등으로 진출하게 된다면 최대한 뉴욕 하고는 처음부터 안 맞붙었으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 저도 뉴욕을 피하고 싶습니다.
Here's a look at all of Striker's performances compared to the opposing tracers he's faced during Boston's historic run. The standout stat here is the low deaths. If you compare it to the league's averages, he's easily better in every category. Consistency is the key when we talk about the Uprising's 12-game win streak, 12-match win streak. You often hear about guys we just mentioned in Gamsu and Striker, but their Zenyatta needs some love as well, and that's where we'll begin today's six-stack. Boston's Neko has quietly been crushing it with his Zen play during their 12-game run, and when you look at his numbers for Stage 3, you might be surprised to see he ranks second in hero damage done and offensive assist. He's also third in final blows and defensive assists, so Mr. X is Neko, the most overlooked support in the Overwatch League right now.
I would say that in terms of Zenyatta players. I think we look at so many of the other Zens in the league, you know, Jaehong, Jonak, Shaz, like these guys who are just getting these picks, these crazy plays, you know, your Badoshans as well. And Neko just doesn't really do that a lot of times. We're so focused on like Gamsu and Striker and mistakes that he just kind of gets lost in that conversation, but he is a tremendous Zenyatta player.
At number 2, we